Hi yogis, today we're looking at the Manipura. This is the area between the solar plexus and the navel. So you can bring your hands here just for a moment to feel this part of you, and it relates to the back of the body as well, so the back of the waist, or the back of the navel, the lumbar spine. And obviously it's the domain of the digestive organs, so we're going to look at poses that strengthen and activate the digestion. And it's about power, personal power. And we want to sort of generate a little heat in this part of the body, so we're going to use some practices to fire up the body. So we will come all the way down to our backs to begin. Take a bit of time to come down, so you want to feel connection through the lower back to the floor, and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring the body down. The hands can come back to the solar plexus, one hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the navel. And we're just going to feel the breath coming in and out here, first of all. But relax this area. We're not holding tension here at the moment. We will do stuff to strengthen, but for now, just allow it to be relaxed. We're going to take the right knee, we're going to hug the knee in and gently sort of move it in and away to feel a sense of sort of massaging around this part of the body for it to feel comforting. And if you want a stronger sensation, you can extend the left leg away. It could be on the floor or lifted. So we're gently putting the right knee in, stretching away the left leg. It's called wind relieving pose. So said to be good for bloating. If you're just feeling a bit sluggish in the digestion. We'll swap legs. Left knee in, right foot away. So again, if you want stronger, you keep the right foot lifted, you really draw the left knee in. So we're massaging, kneading into the belly, into the abdominal organs. And then we're going to bring both knees in, bring the hands to the floor beside you. And we're just going to do a little movement where we bring the knees in and drop them away. You can use the the hands can press into the floor to help that movement. And think about this as just a way of stimulating the abdominal organs. And also, it should feel quite nice for the back of the body because we want to feel the lifting and lowering of the spine. I'm going to do quite a few repetitions here, build up a little heat, fire. Maybe speed up, if people feel comfortable to do that. And then let the body flop back down to the floor. Bring your hands back to the solar plexus and the navel. Breathe into the hands. So we're going to use a breath technique called breath of fire. We breathe in through the nose and we exhale very sharply through the nose. And with each exhalation, there's a very strong movement through the belly. So we push the breath out through the belly, out through the belly and out the nose. So the belly snaps back. We'll keep the hands on the belly so you can experience that sensation. So I'll demonstrate. It's one breath in, and then lots of short, sharp exhalations like this. And then relax everything. So the inhalation is involuntary and the exhalation is forced. But we really just focus on the exhalation for this breath. And we'll do 3 rounds of this. Take the rhythm that suits you and do as many repetitions as suits you. It's quite strong if you've not done it before. So hands on the belly, big breath in. And then relax. Relax completely. We'll try that again when you're rested. 1 breath in, a big full breath in. And then completely relax. Relax the breath, relax the belly. When you're ready, we're going to do that again. So big breath in through the nose. And then completely relax. Let the breath come back to normal. We're going to lift the legs. We're going to take them all the way up towards the ceiling. We're going to squeeze the feet, the thighs, the knees together. If you need a bend in the knees, that's okay. The hands are coming to the floor. We're just lifting the coccyx. And squeezing everything in as you do that and holding it. And if it feels hard, come down sooner. If it's easy, you could perhaps lift higher. And we're going to just rest the legs down. We'll do a few repetitions of this. So lifting, when you're ready, lifting the coccyx on the floor. And if you want a stronger pose, then you lift higher. And maybe the legs, you work them a little straighter, or if you need bent legs, it's okay. So 1 more. And then come all the way down, hands to the belly, relax the belly. We'll do that again, but we'll bring in the upper body. So the hands come behind the head. We're supporting the head, elbows wide, lift the head and shoulders. And then the coccyx coming up. And we'll hold it and breathe. It's easy, hold it for longer, lift higher. And then rest. And we'll do a few repetitions there. So head and shoulders lifting, coccyx comes up. Just a few repetitions. You want to feel a sense of activity and strength around the solar plexus and the navel area. Of course, it's not just, it's the whole body, of course, working, but we're focusing on this Manipura, third chakra. And then come all the way down. Take a rest, take a moment breath to breathe. We're taking the right leg, we're going to cross it over the left leg. We want the knees to be above the hips. We don't want the legs, the feet to drop. They're going to be in line with the knees, parallel with the floor. And if that's hard, bring the knees in a bit more. If it's easy peasy, then take the knees away a little bit further. So we've got the right leg on top of the left. We're going to take the left arm and cross it over the right. So this is called eagle pose, but we normally do it standing. And we're going to bring the elbows and the knees together. And let's just do, say, 5 of these. It's easy, hold it longer, work a little harder, lift a little higher. Don't forget to breathe. And when you've done your 5, just drop everything down, feet down, let the knees drop in. Enjoy that release that comes when you put in some effort. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So the left leg crosses over the right, squeezing the legs together so there's a sense of intensity. Knees above the hips. They can move further away if you want stronger. Left leg on top, so the right arm's going to come over the left. So we've got opposite. When you're ready, lifting the knee, elbows towards the knees. Up and down. Keep breathing. Finally, you've done your 5. Just drop everything back to the floor. Enjoy that sensation, the release that comes after effort. We're going to just roll over onto the elbow, come into a little side plank. The elbow is going to be under the shoulder. We're going to take the top leg, cross it over the right, top and bottom, lift up. So obviously the whole body's working here, but we're keeping focus on this part of the body and can come up overhead if you need it. If you feel like you're strong and you want to do the forward pose, you can lift the other leg. Let's keep a sense of strength around the solar plexus. And then we're coming down and we're going to go to the other side. So if you need support from the leg, then just bend the top leg, bring it in front of the bottom leg. We're feeling a sense of containment here, so don't let the ribs flare out. We're just sort of pulling everything in. Arm comes up and overhead. Breathe here, breathe breathing, keep lifting. Keep the ribs pulled in. Well done. Coming down onto your hands and knees. So we're just going to sit back on our heels and we'll do a little twist. So twist, amazing for the digestion. So we're going to bring the hands into the heart. And we're just going to turn to the right. Can you line up the elbow with the heel of the hand? Keep turning. And then this left elbow, we're going to bring it down. It could come onto the knee, it could come to the floor. If you are finding it hard, you could put a cushion or something under this elbow so you're coming onto something. Keep turning the chest. Keep a sense of putting the abdominal organs in as though you were wringing them out. Keep breathing. And we're coming up. I'm going to just turn around. You can go to the other side. Turning to the left. Get the heel of your hand lined up with the elbows, and we're taking the elbow down to the knee or to the floor. Turning. Keep breathing. Belly in, squeezing, as though you were wringing out your digestive organs. And then we're coming out. So to come out, we're just going to plant the hands, tuck the toes under. We're coming up into a downward dog. But we'll do it a bit different from normal because we're going to take the feet as wide as you can so that they are maybe even slightly off the mat, maybe just the big toes on the mat. And then we're going to bring the hands together. So you've got your right hand, right and left hand pressing together. We're going to take the right hand, we're going to reach for the left foot or ankle or shin. We're going to rotate the body. So again, twisting. So to make it stronger, you can work on straightening the legs. If it's a bit too strong, then just bend the legs a bit. Returning, turning, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. And then we'll swap hands, go the other way. Release, so the hands come back. We're walking hands back towards the feet. And we're folding down, forward bend. Do another twist here. Right hand comes down, the left hand is lifting up. We're going to straighten the left leg so we really get to turn the left side. And then swap. So left hand comes down, right arm lifts. We're going to straighten up the right leg. The left leg can bend. And coming down. We're walking the hands all the way up, standing. And we'll just stand for a moment. Bring that awareness to the belly. You can have your hands here, breathing in and out. Feel the belly expand and contract with the breath in and out. So we're going to do a few little warriors. So this part of the body represents power, and warriors, brilliant way to experience our power and strengthen our power. Come to the front of your mat. We're going to bring the hands into prayer, but we're going to take them behind the body. So let's just see how that feels. If it's a bit strong on the wrist, so we're pressing the hands together so they come at the back of the solar plexus area. If that's a bit much, you can hold the elbows instead. The benefit of this is that it forces you to open your body because it pulls your arms, shoulders back a little bit. We're going to step into Warrior One. So we're lifting the right heel, let the foot come up, and we're stepping back, planting that right foot. So really find your power in this, pushing back to the back foot. Bend that front knee a bit if you want a slightly stronger sensation. You want to feel upright, open, stable, rooted, calm. So we're going to come into Warrior Two. We're going to lift that back heel really, really high. We're going to rotate. And so this is Warrior Two, the hips point forward. And again, if you want more powerful, more strength from this, you drop a little lower. Let's keep this sense of upright openness around the solar plexus open, but a sense of containment as well, so don't let your ribs just flare out. We'll bring the arms to shoulder height. Then come back, peaceful warrior. And then cartwheeling the hands down. Shavasana. Keep breathing, keep reaching with the hands, keep pushing back into the back foot. And we'll come down into a little twist. So we're going to take this raised arm, bring it to the floor. You can bring the back knee down if you wish. Lift with the other hand. So we're twisting to the left side. And then both hands down. Lifting the back knee, stepping forward, fold down. Forward bend. Coming up with a big wide circle. Finishing with the hands coming down behind the body. So back into prayer. I'm going to just turn to the other side of the mat so you can see me more easily. So lift the left foot. When you're ready, we're stepping it back. We're going to plant it. So remember, warrior, very powerful pose. So you can really connect down through the back foot, strengthen up that back leg, drop deeper if you want a deeper sensation. Openness around the belly, navel, but strength here. So we're not just letting everything hang out. There is some tone here. We're going to come into Warrior Two. So lift your back heel as high as you can and then rotate, dropping down into Warrior Two. Again, strength, containment around the solar plexus. Release the hands to shoulder height. Back to peaceful warrior. Coming all the way from peaceful warrior into Shavasana. It's called side angle. So reaching up overhead with the left hand. And again, not letting the ribs flare out, so pushing back into the back foot. We're going to come from here into a twist. So we're going to take that raised hand, plant it on the floor, turn, raising the right hand. Coming out, bring both hands down, stepping forward. knees together, thighs together. Come up with a big wide circle of your arms. And then bringing the hands down. So we're going to step back into a squat. So I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to step it back and then turn to a wide angle with the legs. Feet turn out, we're dropping down. So again, very strong, intense feelings in the legs here. You can fire it up a bit by lifting a heel, maybe both heels. Crown of the head's lifted. We want to feel open here, but not so much that it's all hanging out. So a bit of tone here around the belly. Hands are going to come to the knees, and we're just going to do little twists from the left to right. So we're taking the right shoulder over towards the left knee, and then swapping. Left to right, right to left, left to right, right shoulder to left knee. So the nice thing here is that also lengthening in the back of the body around the lumbar, around the back of the manipura, back of the solar plexus. So you're kind of stretching that part of the body too. And then coming up. Can you just, for a moment, keep this little bend in the knee? And then come all the way up to standing. So we're going to turn to the right. So the right toes point forward, left toes turn out a little bit. And we're coming all the way down over this front leg. So you probably need to bend it a little bit at this point. And then just slide the back foot away. We're going to come up into lunge. And we're going to do a little twist in this position. So we're going to turn towards this leg, this front leg, so just turning. And if you want a stronger version of this, so arms wide is good. If you want a stronger version, you can bring the hands to the heart and turn. Take your left elbow and hook it over the right knee. And then you can really press the elbow into the knee and rotate. And release your hands down. We're going to come back into downward dog. We're going to take the other leg, so it's the left leg. We're going to step it forward. So we're sort of in a sort of a forward bend. You can straighten the legs, or if it's a bit too much, bend them. And then sliding all the way down, so we're in a lunge position, coming up. Hands up overhead. And returning, twisting towards the left leg. Keep turning, and you want to feel a sense of contraction around the middle, so that everything, so you're wringing out around the middle, belly in, squeezing, turning, bringing, sort of stronger sensations to the digestive area. So invigorating it, that's what we want to feel. Hands to the heart, and then this opposite elbow to right elbow, hooking over the left knee. And holding it. Turning. Make it stronger by sort of gently nudging the knee out the way. Keep breathing. So again, the knee is almost massaging against the digestive area, or the thigh actually. And come down, hands either side of the back to downward dog. Come down to kneeling. Come onto your forearms. Interlace your hands. We'll do a little bit of strength work for the abdominal area. So elbows underneath your shoulders, pushing quite hard, quite firmly into the floor with your forearms. So there's a lot of strength happening here. We're going to squeeze the belly in and up, so pulling the belly, so you're peeling it against away from the floor. So pull the belly in bit by bit, peeling it away from the floor, lifting the hips. And then slowly lowering the belly back to the floor. So you feel that solar plexus sort of resting on the floor. And again, we're going to do that again, feeling the abdominal area pulling back from the floor. So starting from the solar plexus area, so pulling that up and away, lifting the belly bit by bit off the floor. The hips can come up too. And then lowering everything down. Try that a couple more times. Contracting, lifting, peeling the belly away from the floor, holding, and then down, letting it all sort of sink down and flop back to the floor. So the strengthening and the contracting is important, but equally important is to let go at the end. One more time, lifting up and away. Putting the floor away with your forearms and slowly letting everything go. I enjoy that feeling of letting go. That's so important. So there's another principle in yoga. Each week I'm trying to introduce you to a different concept and a different yoga ethic. So this week it's contentment, santosha. So not to, obviously got to be realistic. I'm not expecting anyone to be in this complete bliss state, but allow for the contentment in your practice. So don't make it a punishing practice. Enjoy your practice. Sometimes that means taking rest, more rest, or making an adjustment. We're going to come back, hands, knees, and then back to child pose. Nice opportunity to have pleasure in your practice. Head down. You can use your Ujjayi breath here. Feel the flow of breath coming in and out, like the sea, like waves on the shore. Slowly, we're going to come back up. We're going to come to sitting on our bums. We're going to do boat pose. Brilliant strengthener for the abdominal area. So in boat pose, we squeeze the knees, thighs, feet together. I'm going to start on the heels because it's a bit kind of, we're going to let the body, so we're digging the heels in, and let the body drop back. We're going to be really careful that we don't do this. We don't want to round the back and collapse around the solar plexus. We want to actually strengthen this area, not collapse into it. So you want to really feel a sense of knitting, everything knitting together from the pubic bone up. And no pain in the lower back. So if you find it straining lower back, hold on to your mat, maybe hands down or hands behind the knees. So drop back as far as you can, so you get this feeling of strengthening, everything knitting in. The full pose, traditionally you have your arms out like this, but stay here if that feels better for the lower back. So holding it, breathing, and then come up. Fold down over your legs, relax your head. Let's do that again. So coming back onto the heels. Before we do anything stronger, going to get that engagement here around the navel, around the solar plexus, feeling everything knitting in. And then, if you want stronger, you can lift the feet. Traditionally, you do have straight legs. It's quite hard having both legs straight, so you can do one leg and then the other leg. You could also have a foot on the floor. That makes it more manageable. Feel this strengthening. Keep breathing. We want to push ourselves a little bit, but not to the point where we lose that contentment in our practice. Keep the chest open. And then coming forward, drop your weight onto the legs. Try to open now at the back. So remember the solar plexus correlates to the waist, correlates to the lumbar area. So, gonna one last time. Come back to boat. So heels pressing into the floor. Everything squeezed in, knees, thighs. Knitting in from the pubic bone up into the solar plexus. Hands could be on the floor or out in front of you. And you can lift the feet if that feels okay. You could fully lift the feet. We're going to go from here into low boat and then up to high boat. I'm going to do quite a few of these. Very much warming, strengthening practice. Keep your focus on your breath though, not holding the breath. We want to feel like we're working quite hard, feeling a sense of our own power, not at like the price of our enjoyment in the practice. So, a few more of these. You need to use the floor, have your hands down to help you. You can. Speed up. And then finally, we're going to lower our body all the way down to the floor. Hands to the belly. Enjoy this moment. Amazing release when you rest after strenuous effort. We're finishing with a twist. So you can try a stronger twist. So taking the arms to shoulder height, bring your knees in. We're going to just hop the bum over to the left a little bit, just a little hop to the left. Squeeze everything in and take your knees over to the right. Hover this, so you're not actually letting the knees drop to the floor yet. Hover Keep hovering, keep squeezing. Can you bring the knees in more towards your belly? And then just drop everything down. We'll go to the other side when you've had a rest. I'm going to bring the knees up. We're squeezing everything together. We're going to hop the bum to the right side and the knees go to the left. You can look across your right shoulder, arm. So let's hover this for a moment. Feel that intense power really that is coming from holding this position, and then let go and enjoy. And we're going to come up, knees come back one by one, coming into Shavasana. If your lower back sore, keep the legs bent. Otherwise, you can straighten up your legs. Arms come about even distance from the torso, resting on the floor, head in line with the rest of the spine. So, resting here. Enjoy that sensation of surrendering your weight and the pleasure that comes from rest after you've exerted yourself. Contentment. So the Manipura is very much, as well as being about the digestive functions of the body, it's also about power, personal power. And you can get that from obviously doing those strength exercises that we did. But also, sometimes it's learning to let go of power, not to always be trying to influence things. So Shavasana is a brilliant opportunity to surrender your power and just release everything back to the floor, to the ground, to the earth. And one way you can do that is completely relaxing your muscles. We worked a lot around the belly area, so really let your belly be slack. Let it expand. Feel the breath flowing in and out of the belly. No constraints on the belly, no holding back. So I'm going to keep you resting here for a little longer. And to finish, you just bring your hands together into prayer. You're still lying on your back. Bring them to rest gently on your forehead. So we're just resting your thumb joints against your brow. And use that pressure to relax, completely relax any tension around the head. Big breaths in and out.